Okay, there's a good fish. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are doing something a little different today. Normally don't do a truck intro, but I thought that today might be worth it. I have no idea if I'm going to catch any fish today. I'm going a couple hours from home, got the XTR loaded up, NK300 Motor Guide XI3, brought all the rods, brought all the tackle, because I don't know what we're getting into, but we are going to Kentucky Lake, and this is a lake that I grew up on. This is where I learned to bass fish, but I'm fishing a section of the lake that I've not spent hardly any time on. But doing some research on fall fishing, it just seemed like the right thing to do is to go fish this area of the lake. The smallmouth fishing has been a lot better over here the past few years. The fishing in general is getting better because they're getting rid of some of the Asian carp. So we're just going to go over here and give it a try and see if we could put together a pattern. I've already got everything tied on. I think I'm going to throw buzz baits, other top waters, crankbaits, probably throw a spinner bait today, even though I normally don't do that, but I'll probably do that today. Probably be throwing a drop shot when things, when we need to slow down, but we're going to try to power fish for a little bit this morning. I'm a little bit later to start than I wanted to be, but I don't think it'll be a huge deal. We're nearly in a full moon. That'll be tonight, so I'm thinking the fish probably ate all night. Couldn't make it here early enough to get an advantage of that early bite, but maybe they'll bite a little bit later in the day, trying to get fed back up because it is getting colder. 37 degrees right now, so it's going to be a chilly start to the day. So let's get over here and see what we can figure out. All right, guys, finally got on the water. The ramp, the lake's down, the winter draw down, which is normal. But the ramp was really shallow, so it took me a little trying to get the boat off the trailer. So then we get out, and all of a sudden this fog rolls in. You can't see very far at all. I'm back in a protected area. No boats will be back here, I don't think. If a boat is coming, I'll be able to hear it for a while. But we're going to head over to this bank right here. It's a good vertical bank that I just found on the graph, and start fishing, see what we can put together, and hopefully we can put together a pattern and catch some fish today. So welcome to Kentucky Lake. The fog is lifted a little bit now, so I can kind of see what's going on. Not as anxious about being on the water in the fog now. So I figured I'd give you an update. The water temp is 58.49, 58.5, something like that. This is a really steep bank. Obviously, there's a lot of rock right here. So I've thrown a crankbait, chatterbait, buzzbait, jerk bait now a couple times. We're just going to kind of keep working our way down through here and figure out the water and see what's going on, because I'm really not sure what to do. Just trying to put together some, typical fall things. Trying to find the right water and figure out where the fish are sitting right now. The water is a little bit cooler than I thought it was going to be, so we may change tactics a little bit based on that. But I still think if we can find the right stuff, we're gonna find the fish. So we're just going to keep working our way down this bank. There's a fish. There we go. Finally on the board in Kentucky. Oh my gosh, look what this is. This is what we came for right here. Look at this right here, guys. This is what I came over here for. The brown fish. That's awesome. See how long it is real quick. Just for fun. 13 and a half. Yes. That's exactly what I wanted to catch today. That is awesome. Smallmouth on the chatterbait right here. Beautiful. I'll see you later. Boom. That's exactly what I came for. So I got out to this wind-blown point right here, and just classic fall. Wind-blown points like this pushes bait up, and that fish was just sitting out here probably on a boulder or something that I can't see underwater, and clobbered that chatterbait. So
exactly what we came for. Not a giant smallmouth by any means, but it's the first lake smallmouth I have caught probably since I was about 13, 14 years old. A lot of river smallmouth, but just don't ever get to catch smallmouth in a lake, and that is super cool. Super excited about that. All right, guys, so what I've done is I come back in here to a place that I have not been for sure since I was a 14, 15 years old. There's a rock quarry back in here on the lake, and the water goes from like 2 or 3 foot down to about 15 foot to 112 foot, just right here. It's a big bowl. It's really neat. I'll try to pull up a topo map and show you how this lays out. It's really cool, but picked up the crankbait. I'm gonna throw it up here. There's a flat right here, rolls off into the quarry, so wind's blowing across it. So I'm gonna try that for a minute, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna move on to another spot. There we go. Looky here. Oh, I lost him. All right, that was a decent fish. All right, we'll stick with this for a minute. I'll be darned. Okay. I rolled over a school of suspended fish. They were pretty deep when I come off the edge of the quarry here, so I didn't think a lot about it because I didn't know what it was, but I bet you it was bass because it's about where that school was sitting. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let the wind just blow me back out of here, and I'm gonna reposition and get in a better spot. All right, guys, tried here in the quarry for a little bit and never could produce another fish. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over to this bank on coming into the quarry. I'm gonna fish up this bank with the chatterbait and kind of just watch the graph and see if we run across anything we like to fish, a drop shot or something like that. But I don't know a whole lot about the depth, but it does look like this is a pretty good vertical bank, but it's got shallower water than obviously the quarry does itself. So just gonna cruise up here and see if there's some fish sitting on these rocks, and there's a little bit of laydowns, things like that. So I'm gonna give that a try and make a decision from there where to go. All right, guys, been fishing for a while and no action. Just got hung up on a drop shot here. Found some bait on this kind of bluff wall here. Threw a drop shot in there, got hung up immediately, so no big deal. I'm getting it retied. I got a spot up here I want to fish this drop shot, so I'm gonna retie real quick and get ready for that. There we go. Look at that, first fish on a glide bait. I just picked this up just to see. It's another smallmouth. Yes, sir. I never throw glide baits, but I said this fall I was gonna start throwing them, and there it is. And it's another brown fish. That is awesome. Heck yes. All right. Nice smallmouth out of Kentucky Lake. Beautiful fish. Man, I freaking love catching these things. And first one on a glide bait. First fish ever on a glide bait because I've never thrown them. So made it a goal this fall to start it. And there's another smallmouth for the day. Love it. All right, guys, so there was a fish, and it had to be a big one, blew up back here. I know there was a bunch of fish sitting here. I saw them on the side scan on both sides of me. So I don't know what's going on through here, but there is a bunch of shad. There's a bunch of fish. Now I'm just gonna try to figure out how to catch them. Yeah, so I got fish popping up again. Just turned around and went back this way. So something about this little pocket right here, and it's got fish in it. So we're just gonna cruise back up through, kind of keep an eye on things and see what's going on. I'm just rotating through baits right now in areas and see if we can't figure out what they'll eat. There's definitely fish in here feeding on shad, tons of shad. So something's going on. Oh, There's a fish. Gosh dang, I missed him. First throw with a deep crank, missed one. Okay, there's a good fish. Oh yeah, stay down. That's a good one. Oh, he's in the tree. Oh no. Oh no. He got in this tree. Please tell me I can get him out. Oh, big dig there. Okay. Come on. All right, guys, I don't know what to do right now. He pulls every once in a while. He takes off on a big run, but I can't get him. He's wrapped up, so I'm gonna let him have some line. There he goes again. This is a big fish, guys. This is a huge fish. And he's just hung. I think I've got him hooked good. He's sitting still right now. I can barely feel him move once in a while. Oh, come on. Line just broke. That was a big fish. Son of a gun. That is not good. Not good at all. So we'll get retied here with this. And first time I've ever had that happen, I think, where I just got buried. Could not get it out. Man, that thing pulled so hard. All right, we'll get retied and get back in there. There we go. Got that one. Getting too much slack. Well, just a small one. But got bit on the drop shot right after I lost a big one in this treetop. So makes me feel better at least. There we go. Got that one. A little bitty one. Well, there. Another little mouth. He's really light. Such a cool fish. All right, guys, I'll explain a little bit more what I'm doing here. So, been catching fish and getting bites on drop shot. So I'm staying in this area that I talked about earlier. That is a lot of shad, kind of tucked back in this little still area. Not what I expected today, but nonetheless, that's where the shad are. So that's where the fish are. And just haven't caught a good one yet. Haven't landed a good one yet. Had a real good one on while ago, got broke off, as you've seen, but it's just part of the game sometimes. So we're gonna keep carrying on with the drop shot. And what I'm doing is just kind of finding some wood structure. We're about 17 foot of water, anywhere from really 13 to 18, basically. And just kind of working this drop shot, hopping along the bottom with a pink robo worm. Tried and true for me. Been catching a lot of fish on this over the years, and just sticking with what I know. So I'm gonna stay on this pattern, probably change spots here in a minute, and go from there. So here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Not a bad fish. Tried to get me in the structure like that big one did earlier. but this one did not. Another one for the board. Actually kind of curious how long that one is. That one is a 14. So biggest fish of the day that we've landed, but not a giant still fun. Awesome. All right, guys, that is gonna do it. I'm gonna head back to the ramp, run over and visit the shop over here real quick and talk to them about some live scope stuff actually. Some graph configuration more or less. I've got the stuff coming from my Garmin to go forward facing sonar. So a few pieces of kit still left to build out, but most of my stuff is coming in today and tomorrow, and I'm gonna go visit this shop. They make custom brackets and things like that, so I'm gonna see what they suggest for setting this up. But thanks for watching this episode. I appreciate you following along. No big fish today, a little bit of excitement. Caught some fish, caught some smallmouth, a few first on a glide bait, first smallmouth on a lake since I was a teenager. Smallmouth on a glide bait, like lots of cool stuff happened today, just no great big fish, but we had a good time. It's November. Bite's tough this time of year a lot of times, and we come over here and we caught fish, so couldn't be happier. If you need anything, reach out to Midwest Kayak Company. You could send us a message on our Facebook page or give us a call, 571-1300. That's area code 573. Next time, we'll maybe get on some big ones, and we'll see you later.